changing it up today. So I've been a personal trainer for 15 years and I see all this gym advice online. It kills me. So we're going to look into it. We're going to kind of break it down and discuss some stuff. Let's go.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is what my body looks like when I'm working out on a regular basis, eating healthy and taking care of my mental health. I do not have a flat stomach, not because I have GI issues or a food intolerance or I'm not doing enough abs or cardio, but because this is just where my body wants to be. I'm not bloated. I don't need a metabolism booster. I don't need to work out more, eat better. This is just where my body wants to be. And that's normal and that's okay. You might not have a flat stomach and that doesn't mean that you're not healthy. And there's nothing wrong with having a belly.
Having excess fat on your mid-region is a direct increased chance of cardiovascular disease, among so many other things, so many issues that could come from having excess fat. Every human has the capacity to have a low body fat percentage. You don't need to be super low. We don't need to all be able to step on stage, but we do need to have as low body fat as possible. She may be healthier than she's been, and she may feel great right now, but she could feel better. But this woman is kidding herself and a lot of people online. She is not healthy. I'm sorry if I offend her or anyone else.
It won't help me to lose weight doing cardio.
No. You know what's going to help you to lose weight is more weightlifting, build more muscle so you have more insulin receptor sites, fast more so you can get rid of all of the glucose that gets stored in muscles, break your fast with protein. Those three things will get you in the shape that you want. Remember, as you build muscle, you're not going to lose the number on the scale might be that much different. You know, it might not move, but your whole shape is going to change. You're going to look different.
Now, this right here is actually good advice. Cardio is definitely going to help, but it isn't the main component to losing body fat. Increasing muscle mass, eating healthy, replenishing the fuels, staying hydrated. Another thing I've noticed that kind of stops people from building muscle is they build 3 kilograms of muscle, they weigh more on the scale. They may have dropped a bit of fat along the way, so they're probably 2 kilograms more now on the scale, and that deters them from continuing the journey. They're not going to continue. Like, you got to understand, building muscle, you hit plateaus along the way. I've been training for 16 years. I can still fit in this camera, so there's no issues here. You don't need to be worrying about what the scales say. There's this weird trend of lifting weird things and doing weird movements with weird equipment. It's so lame. This shit drives me crazy. It's got to be the most annoying part of the fitness industry online. No one got in shape doing this weird shit. No one thinks that's cool. You just look like a twat, just looking for attention. Now, this guy is not living in 2050. This guy is living in the real world. He knows how to train. You're supposed to do it like that. Okay, this video pissed me off because this guy is claiming to be too strong for this gym, where he's barely getting the reps in. He can't fully extend. The form looks trash. His back's arched to the point that that is no longer an incline press. That is just a flat press. This aggravates me. Now, he would have got a better workout with half that weight, I bet. But it's online, so everyone wants to act like they're cool. 50s are just not heavy enough. Yes, they are. So this woman's doing sort of 150 to 200 kg with no range of motion, pure knee presses. Realistically, she probably should cut that weight by about a third and actually get all the way down. I'm sick of seeing this in the gym. Don't lift more than you can lift for full range. This makes me so uncomfortable. There's training to failure and there is physical abuse. Don't be that trainer, man.
So many people sent me this video. This young woman, Zara, is doing sprints, a great workout, when another woman approaches her and very loud and obnoxiously yells, "Hey," telling her that she's being too loud, she can't hear her own music. First off, they make noise-canceling headphones for a reason. She should get a pair. Secondly, the gym is not a library. People are going to make noises when working out. There is nothing wrong with Zara doing sprints. If that woman wants to work out in silence, she should train at home. But what I really love is the fact that Zara stays calm. She doesn't get confrontational. She doesn't respond to that woman with the same negative energy that she has. So thank you, Zara. You look incredible. Keep up the hard work. Everyone go show her some love and give her a follow too. She posts some incredible gym content. Have a great Sunday, everyone.
Now, if he competes, fair enough, he's got to practice the posing. But for anyone that's in the changing rooms posing for social media to the point of passing out, you need to chill. You need to chill. No one cares that much.
I would like to talk very quick about something that annoys me, and I'm going to call it thin-splaining. It's the idea that fat people, have no idea how to be thin, and that's why we're fat. So that we just don't understand health, and that's why we are the way that we are. So they want to add their tips, saying that it's not appropriate to talk to your loved ones about their body or their weight gain or loss. And some people are like, what if I want to talk to my partner about it because health risks run in their family? It's their family. Who told you about the health risks? Do you think they don't know? Why do you need to talk to them about it? I made a video where I said you can decline getting your weight taken at the doctor's office, and so many people jumped in to say, unless you have anesthesia, unless you're getting a prescription for medication, unless it's this, unless it's that. And I'm like, fat people know when it's medically necessary. Stop. I made a video saying that there are no diseases exclusive to fat people, which there are absolutely not. And people want to say, it can actually be a risk factor for other diseases. Like we don't already know. People have literally been saying this shit to me since I was 7 years old. I know. I don't need your helpful input.
If I was broke or homeless and my family or my loved ones were trying to help me, I'm not going to be offended, am I? She's offended because she doesn't want to change.
Number one cause of obesity is genetics. And it doesn't matter what you do. You could be a person who has a perfect diet and exercises and sleeps right, and you're still obese. The data shows that most people who are obese have obese parents. They're all doing the wrong thing. There's not like a person in that family that's eating grass-fed steak and running marathons and lifting weights, getting up at 6 in the morning and getting in a cold plunge and doing all these different things. They're still fat as fuck. 1,000 calories a day in exercise, and they're still fat as fuck. That's not real.
This is it. If every human being had a calorie deficit and worked out and lifted weights, everyone would be in shape. We wouldn't all look the same, but we would all be in good shape.
If you want to be a great ally to fat people, here are some things you can do. When you go to the doctor, encourage them to do the following things. Eliminate any weight or BMI cutoff policies. Stop using the BMI completely because it is ineffective and racist. Get medical equipment that will actually work for fat patients, like blood pressure cuffs that fit and won't give a false high reading because they're too tight. Set up their office in a way that makes it usable for fat people, like putting chairs without arms in every room. When you go to a clothing store, tell them to expand their size range. It does not matter what their size range currently is. Tell them to expand it. If you work in education, get in touch with the health and PE departments. Ask them if they have anything in their curriculum that involves students weighing themselves, counting calories, or using the BMI in any capacity. If they do, educate them on how all of these practices lead to eating disorders and ask them to stop. Like and follow for part 2.
Now, the BMI test, the body mass index, it basically divides your height to weight and what weight you're supposed to be based on your height. Now, this doesn't account for muscle mass. So there's times where I've been like overweight on a BMI because of my muscle mass. My fat percentage never been above 12%, but the BMI itself is flawed for that reason. But it's not racist.
Everyone's brains hates it when they lose weight. It doesn't matter your starting point. You could start from a point where you are athletic versus someone who's not athletic, couch potato type phenotype. The moment you lose a little bit of weight, we're talking even a few pounds. I'm not even talking, you're talking about a stone. Even if you lost 5 pounds, what happens in your brain is your brain is used to you or me carrying a certain amount of weight. The moment your weight starts to go down as an adult, it goes, hey, this is a big flag comes up. This is reducing my chance of survival. This is what the brain thinks. And so what it does is it begins to use strategies, not conscious, nothing to do with our brain, anything like that, to drag us back up, kicking and screaming to where we were before. First of all, it makes us hungry. Okay. Second, it actually very, very secretively lowers your metabolism ever so slightly so that even eating exactly the same thing, you are now storing more than you're burning, even eating exactly the same thing. Part of the strategy to get you back up to where you were before.
I've seen this kind of idea trending online lately that not everyone can lose fat. Some people are just destined to be a certain shape. And even if you lose the fat, it's going to come back. No, it comes back if you go back to that same lifestyle. Your body depicts your lifestyle, right? So if I'm a healthy person, I eat healthy and I work out, my body's going to show that. Now, cool, someone that's been lazy for 20 years and then now has been training for 6 months. Yeah, they're not going to show that hard work of the 6 months, but eventually that's going to pay off. Just don't be lazy and don't pretend like hormones or genes are the reason why you're lazy. You're just lazy.
We call it fat shaming. Don't tell someone they're fat. Let them just be morbidly obese and go through life at a massive risk of heart attack or stroke or diabetes. Don't say anything because then you'll hurt their feelings. Meanwhile, you could say something to someone and it might be uncomfortable in the moment. Like, hey, Mike, listen, I don't want to be that guy, but you got to lose some weight. And then that guy could go and look in the mirror and go, fuck, I really do need to lose some weight. And then they'll lose some weight and they'll be healthier and they'll talk to you 4 or 5 months later and go, you fucked my head up that day. And because of that, I really started changing the way I eat and I'm so much healthier and I feel better.
Because he's your friend.
It's unacceptable to be fat.
Do you know why you're saying that?
Yes, because I've been fat before and I lost the weight.
Well, me too. I've been fat my whole life. I've been way skinnier than I am now, and I've been way heavier than I am now. Was I less valuable at one point in there?
Well, you can make an argument that you're less valuable when you're fatter because you drain resources, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, in general, being fat is unacceptable because you control every single morsel of food that goes into your mouth. It shows a lack of discipline, it shows a lack of character, it shows a lack of temperance, and when you're fat, it's an outward manifestation of your inadequacies.
I agree with him. I don't care if I'm hated for that. But this is what I feel. If women can demand someone with 6 figures, 6 feet, all this kind of stuff, yet we can't discuss the actual elephant in the room, like the elephant.
And this is maybe a controversial take, but I don't think that the majority of fat people, until you learn about body liberation and body positivity, no one would choose to continue to be fat in a world where they absolutely hate fat people. People think that I'm glorifying obesity by spreading the word and telling everybody about this information. Trust me, I wouldn't recommend anybody be fat in this world. It is horrible. It is so traumatizing. It is so isolating. People are evil, they are cruel. Strangers think it's okay to tell you on the bus, you're fat, you should lose weight, you're disgusting. It's nonstop. And that leads to people isolating themselves and like seeking comfort through food.
This is a refreshing discussion. So she's aware of how traumatic it is, but she don't seem to have been changing it. Like, she's middle-aged at this point and she's still big, maybe bigger than she was. If it was that traumatizing, like if I was traumatized by a certain situation in my life, I would leave that situation. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you did. Subscribe for more, all that. Thank you. Have a good day.
Before I fall to the system, I'm gonna try and do good with my gifting.